Aquila is a constellation in the northern sky. Its name is Latin for eagle, and it represents the bird who carried Zeus, Jupiter's thunderbolts in Greco-Roman mythology. Aquila lies astride the celestial equator. The alpha star Altair is a vertex of the summer triangle asterism. The constellation is best seen in the summer as it is located along the Milky Way. Because of this location along the line of our galaxy, many clusters and nebulae are found within its borders, but they are dim and there are few galaxies. History. Aquila was one of the 48 constellations described by the 2nd century astronomer Ptolemy. It had been earlier mentioned by Eudoxus in the 4th century BC and Aratus in the 3rd century BC. It is now one of the 88 constellations defined by the International Astronomical Union. The constellation was also known as Vulture Volans to the Romans, not to be confused with Vulture Cadens, which was the name for Lyra. It is often held to represent the eagle who held Zeus's, Jupiter's thunderbolts in Greco-Roman mythology. Aquila is also associated with the eagle who kidnapped Ganymede, a son of one of the kings of Troy, to Mount Olympus to serve as cupbearer to the gods. Ptolemy catalogued 19 stars jointly in this constellation and in the now obsolete constellation of Antinous, which was named in the reign of the Emperor Hadrian, but sometimes erroneously attributed to Tycho Brahe, who catalogued 12 stars in Aquila and 7 in Antinous. Hevelius determined 23 stars in the first and 19 in the second. The Greek Aquila is probably based on the Babylonian constellation of the Eagle, which is located in the same area as the Greek constellation. Notable features. Stars Aquila, which lies in the Milky Way, contains many rich star fields and has been the location of many novae. Alpha Aquila is the brightest star in this constellation and one of the closest naked eye stars to Earth at a distance of 17 light-years. Its name comes from the Arabic phrase al-Nasr Altair, meaning the flying eagle. Altair has a magnitude of 0.76. Beta Aquila is a yellow-hued star of magnitude 3.7, 45 light-years from Earth. Its name comes from the Arabic phrase shafan-i-tarazu, meaning the balance. This name referred to Altair, al-Shain, and Tarizd. Gamma Aquila is an orange-hued giant star of magnitude 2.7, 460 light-years from Earth. Its name, like that of al-Shain, comes from the Arabic for the balance, shafan-i-tarazu. Zeta Aquila is a blue-white-hued star of magnitude 3.0, 83 light-years from Earth. Eta Aquila is a yellow-white-hued supergiant star 1200 light-years from Earth. Among the brightest Cepheid variable stars, it has a minimum magnitude of 4.4 and a maximum magnitude of 3.5 with a period of 7.2 days. 15 Aquila is an optical double star. The primary is an orange-hued giant of magnitude 5.4, 325 light-years from Earth. The secondary is a purple-hued star of magnitude 7.0, 550 light-years from Earth. The pair is easily resolved in small amateur telescopes. 57 Aquila is a binary star. The primary is a blue-hued star of magnitude 5.7 and the secondary is a white star of magnitude 6.5. The system is approximately 350 light-years from Earth. The pair is easily resolved in small amateur telescopes. Aquila is a red-hued giant star 690 light-years from Earth. It is a Mira variable with a minimum magnitude of 12.0, a maximum magnitude of 6.0, and a period of approximately 9 months. It has a diameter of 400 d. FFAQL is a yellow-white-hued supergiant star 2,500 light-years from Earth. It is a Cepheid variable star with a minimum magnitude of 5.7, a maximum magnitude of 5.2, and a period of 4.5 days. RoAQL moved across the border into neighboring Delphinus in 1992. Joao Romeo Vicente. Novae. Two major novae have been observed in Aquila. The first one was in 389 BC and was recorded as being as bright as Venus. The other briefly shone brighter than Altair, the brightest star in Aquila. Deep sky objects. Three interesting planetary nebulae lie in Aquila. NGC 6804 shows a small but bright ring. NGC 6781, which bears some resemblance with the Owl Nebula in Ursa Major. NGC 6751, also known as the glowing urn, a planetary nebula. More deep sky objects. NGC 6709 is a loose open cluster containing approximately 40 stars, which range in magnitude from 9 to 11. It is approximately 3,000 light-years from Earth. It has an overall magnitude of 6.7 and is approximately 9,100 light-years from Earth. NGC 6709 appears in a rich Milky Way star field and is classified as a Shapley Class D and Trumpeter Class 3 2 meters cluster. These designations mean that it does not have many stars, is loose, does not show greater concentration at the center, and has a moderate range of star magnitudes. NGC 6755, an open cluster of 7.5 meters. It is made up of about a dozen stars with magnitudes 12 through 13. NGC 6760, a globular cluster of 9.1 meters. NGC 6749, an open cluster. NGC 6778, planetary nebula. NGC 6741, planetary nebula. NGC 6772, planetary nebula. Aquila also holds some extragalactic objects. One of them is what may be the largest single mass concentration of galaxies in the universe known, the Hercules corona Borealis Great Wall. It was discovered in November 2013 and has the size of 10 billion light-years. It is the biggest and the most massive structure in the universe known. NASA's Pioneer 11 space probe, which flew by Jupiter and Saturn in the 1970s, is expected to pass near the star Lambda Aquilae in about 4 million years. Illustrations. In illustrations of Aquila that represent it as an eagle, a nearly straight line of 3 stars symbolizes part of the wings. The center and brightest of these 3 stars is Altair. The tips of the wings extend further to the southeast and northwest. The head of the eagle stretches off to the southwest. Mythology. According to Gavin White, the Babylonian eagle carried the constellation called the Dead Man in its talons. The author also draws a comparison to the classical stories of Antinous and Ganymede. In classical Greek mythology, Aquila was identified as Alpha Epsilon Tau Omicron Sigma Delta Iota Alpha Sigma, the eagle that carried the thunderbolts of Zeus and was sent by him to carry the shepherd boy Ganymede, whom he desired to Mount Olympus. The constellation of Aquarius is sometimes identified with Ganymede. In the Chinese love story of Qi Shi, Niu Lang and his 2 children are separated forever from the wife and mother Niu, who was on the far side of the river, the Milky Way. In Hinduism, the constellation Aquila is identified with the half-eagle, half-human deity Garuda. Equivalence. In Chinese astronomy, Zeta AQL is located within the heavenly market enclosure, and the other stars of the constellation are placed within the black tortoise of the north. There were several different Polynesian equivalents to Aquila as a whole. On the island of Futuna, it was called Kaumunga, meaning suspended burden. Its name references the Futunan name for Orion's belt and sword, Amunga. In Hawaii, Altair was called Fumu, after the Fumu fish, and the whole constellation was called Fumuma, the Fumu cluster. Fumuma was said to influence the astrologers. Pauto was the name for the entire constellation in the Marquesas Islands. The name meant fatigued warrior. There were also Polynesian constellations that incorporated the stars of modern Aquila. The Pukapuka constellation Tolu, meaning 3, was made up of Alpha, Beta, and Gamma Aquilae. Altair was commonly named among Polynesian peoples as well. The people of Hawaii called it Fumu. The people of the Tuamotus called it Tuki Tuki. They named Beta Aquilae Tangata, and the people of Pukapuka called Altair and used it as a navigational star. The Maori people named Altair Potuterangi, pillar of the sky, because of its important position in their cosmology. It was used differently in different Maori calendars, being the star of February and March in one version and March and April in the other. Altair was also the star that ruled the annual sweet potato harvest. Namesakes: 2 United States Navy ships, Aquila and Aquila, are named after the constellation. Coincidentally, a character in the Assassin's Creed video game series is an ancestor of the series' protagonist, Desmond Miles. Aquila is the name of the in-game ship captioned by Connor Kenway in Assassin's Creed 3. In the Asterix book, Asterix and the Missing Scroll, there is a Roman eagle named Aquila. In the video game Dota 2, there is an item named Ring of Aquila. In the video game Star Ocean: The Last Hope, the lead spaceship of the SRF fleet is named the Aquila.